Yeah, I think a lot of us are concerned about how much pressure Cooper Rush playing well puts on Dak, but it really takes the pressure off of him to rush back. We should hope so. I don't understand what it must feel like to be a franchise quarterback for a team and see someone else having that success. I'm sure that drives Dak to want to get back even more, but he needs to understand that right now they got a couple wins in the bank, and the most important thing is that he is healthy for the stretch run, because they're a better team than we thought, and the NFC is a little bit up in the air outside of Philadelphia right now.
That's right, and yet people aren't buying. I got a bone to pick with you Saturday, and I'm going to show everybody. Yesterday, as I was doing the radio show that I do right after this, someone handed me a copy of the new ESPN.com power rankings, and I'm perusing them. Chiefs over the Eagles, I'm not sure I buy that. I'm looking down, I'm looking down, I'm looking down. Where the heck are the Cowboys? How about my Cowboys? I mean, I told you after week 1 they weren't dead. Now they win 3 straight games, and our power rankings don't even have them in the top 10. Saturday, what gives?
Yeah, listen, they see Cooper Rush, and they're thinking we're not crowning them until they go beat somebody. Listen, who they beat, and again, you can only play who's on your schedule. But when you beat the Commanders, I mean, those aren't teams that are turning heads quite yet. And so for Cooper Rush, the defense has played lights out. The run game has been much better. Kellerman has done a fantastic job, but people aren't buying that if they played the teams ahead of them, they would beat them. And again, I'm one of those guys. Now, I would have them in the top 10, but I would not have them in my top 5 or 6 like a lot of people do for that exact same reason. You still have a backup quarterback starting in Dallas, and that is just facts.
Well, I'm just going over the competition here. So the Cowboys were not impressed with them. The Eagles, I have it here. They beat the 85 Bears. They beat the 27 Yankees.
To be fair, Greeny has a point. Greeny has a point. Greeny has a point. Because when you look at the Eagles' schedule, who have they beaten?
I get it. But they're going to still have an easy schedule. They're undefeated.
I don't want to turn this into an Eagles conversation, but I mean, the Eagles have dominated the teams that they've played. Also, the Cowboys.
They were losing 14-0 to Jacksonville on Sunday.
And then from that point forward, it was quite clear. They caused 4 fumbles that they were the superior team. But I think Dallas, the teams that they've beaten, haven't been very impressive. But the way that they beat them, I think, was kind of impressive. And if we are to assume that Dak's going to come back at some high version of himself, I think that we're projecting some of the power ranking, and I have Dallas in my top 5, and it's because I respect.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I respect the defense enough to know that if they can keep Cooper Rush in these games, he can continue to play well, and I believe that Dak's going to come back healthy.
The power rankings, this is what drives me crazy, because I don't think you're not looking at teams equally, because I think if you're going to kill the Cowboys for their schedule, you got to kill the Eagles for their schedule. I think obviously the defense for the Cowboys is what keeps them afloat. But when you saw Dak in week 1, he played against Tampa. Yeah. Like that, that's an upper echelon team, at least right now. So I understand power rankings. I get why we have them, but this is the problem, because we're looking at this team with Cooper Rush.
I mean, comparing them to the Eagles, though, we're saying the top 10. Like, the Bengals are in front of them. I think they've had a more impressive start to the season than the Bengals have. Just get them in the top 10.
And the Cowboys are going to add a top 10 quarterback at some point relatively soon to their mix. They're about to get by far the biggest injection of talent that any NFL team is going to get, OBJ or otherwise, and we're going to talk about him a little bit later. They're doing this without their quarterback.
I mean, and the Dolphins are at 5, and they also are without their quarterback right now. So there's some inconsistencies, I think, in this that don't make sense. The Ravens have blown a couple close games. The Eagles.
So the Ravens play the Cowboys tomorrow. Who you pick?
I'm going to Ravens.
Thank you.
That's the issue. Like, when I go power rankings, and this is what I ask people all the time. Okay, so the people in front, like, let's play them tomorrow. Who wins the game? And if you go Cowboys, I get it. Push them up into your top 5. He did yesterday, and now he's backing away.
Right.
I'm not backing away. They're still in my top 5. You just pick one team.
When you look at it that
Bengals,
way,
they knocking them off. I think they beat the Dolphins too, who are number 5. There are a number of teams on that list that I think that they will beat tomorrow with my man Cooper Rush back there.
Clearly,
Cooper Rush.
They deserve to be in the top 10 in the power rankings. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.